Here's a box. There's spaghetti. It must be the penultimate Defember Ember prompt. Spaghetti box window. But where's the window? My name's Kirsten. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming along to the madness, because today is going to be utter total madness. I've got an idea for spaghetti box window, and it involves a box, and it involves spaghetti. So while I'm fussy cutting out these, let me tell you my plan. I don't know about you, but any time at all I think of spaghetti, my mind goes to the Lady and the Tramp film, and that scene where they're outside the Italian restaurant having their spaghetti and meatballs, and as they get to the end of their spaghetti that they're soaking up because they're enjoying so much, they discover that each other is at the other end of the spaghetti. And so as soon as I saw the prompt spaghetti box window, my first thought was, well, spaghetti doesn't have a box, never mind a window, because as I've said in a different, I think it was it yesterday's? Or maybe it was the one for, oh, I can't remember, but one of these last 4 prompts, as I said in one of those, my spaghetti, when I get it, which isn't very often, comes in paper, wrapped in paper. So I really wasn't comprehending spaghetti box window. I've seen it wrapped in cellophane in the supermarket, but I don't tend to buy that, because when I don't, I actually go to Italian deli and buy it from there when I do buy it. It's not fresh, but it's near fresh, and it does taste very different, even though it's not fresh, than even the fresh stuff in the supermarket in the chilled section. I'm rambling again. I'm now getting on to the second one. By the way, these are 2 of the Woodsy Creatures by Studio Lou. You can download them in her Etsy shop. Studio, and then the Lou is L-O-O. I don't know, I think YouTube is still not letting me do links because they don't believe I'm real yet. I wish I knew when they would believe I was real so I could put links in, because, well, I'm more than happy to tell people. I think if people have a link to press, there's more likelihood of them going and having a look themselves. These Woodsy Creatures, and then there's another set called Delightful Creatures, I think it is. Are these Woodsy? And they're lovely. I really like them because they're whimsical. This rabbit has a hole in it. I'm going to tell you a story about a rabbit with a hole in his ear in a second as well. But they're whimsical, but there's something that's still quite kind of charming and real about them while they're being whimsical. Some of them, neither of these 2, some of them have clothes on as well, but they are. Go and have a look at our stuff anyway. Back to I'll go back and do the rabbit. So back to the rabbit with the hole in the ear. When I was a child, I had a toy rabbit. I had 2 toy rabbits. I had Little Rabbit and Big Rabbit. They weren't actually Winnie the Pooh, because back then we didn't have Winnie the Pooh characters like you do now, but I had Big Rabbit and Little Rabbit, and Little Rabbit got a hole in her ear. I've no idea how it happened. It's just one day there was a hole in the ear. So what does I do? I decided that if there was a hole in Little Rabbit's ear, then Little Rabbit needed to be buried, and I went out in the garden and dug a hole and buried Little Rabbit in the garden. I think, though I'm not quite sure, I think it was probably because somebody's pet died or something, I don't know. But anyway, so let's just cut out this hole in this ear as well, because that just kind of reminds me of Little Rabbit. So what I thought I would do is I would do a Kirsten version of that spaghetti scene. Now, what I've already done is, this is yesterday's. Oh, that was a good job I did that, because I nearly did it that way. If I hadn't turned that up, but at this stage it wouldn't matter, that dry. I've just put some white acrylic paint on here. I've got loads of white acrylic paint, which is why I decided to do white acrylic paint rather than I'm just looking for a stencil. I'm pretty sure that this stencil, however, isn't meant for crafting because it's a big long one. I'm pretty sure this stencil is. I painted this with all the gubbins still in, which was pretty silly really, but anyway, this isn't meant for crafting. This is meant for decorating. So I probably got it from B&Q or Home Base or one of them things. I'm now trying to decide what green to use. I've got here Brilliance. These are all the teardrops. Brilliance in pearlescent olive. I've got a Memento in pistachio and a Memento in northern pine. Now Memento are their permanent fade resistant inks. Now this is very dark, but it's actually still a nice green. Some people are green phobic, I know. But at the moment what I want to do is I want to get down some of these in this dark green. And here we go then. We've finished this bit. We have our two rabbits from Studio Lou, and they are both pulling up the last carrot in the carrot field. And I've made a little tag here, love is sharing the last carrot. And I used my wee Electroset set to do that, which is always fun to do if a little fiddly. You can get these in most places. Sometimes you can pick them up second hand as well, because a lot of people don't use them because they discover how fiddly they are. So there we are. What's that you're saying? You're saying that you've gone tenuous in the extreme now, Kirsten? Yes, maybe I have. Maybe I have. You know, rabbits sharing a carrot they've pulled up together, linking that to spaghetti eating dogs in a Disney film, and that spaghetti box window. Well, not quite, because they're doing it through a spaghetti box window. Well, a box and spaghetti made into a window. Could have disguised it all so it didn't look like a box of spaghetti, but it would have kind of destroyed the whole purpose of it being a prompt of spaghetti box window. And that, I'm going to stick that down, and that is this prompt done. So there is one prompt left, and that is me and my crush, and I haven't got a clue about that one either. So what you might get for that, who knows?
because I don't. Thank you for watching. Take care. Keep crafting and see you soon. Bye for now.